Good morning from Jonesboro, Arkansas, November 1st, 2024, 8:06 a.m. And look here. Only the second Niro EV hybrid electric cars has ever had. I bought the first one, and I bought it 503 or 504 days ago. I recorded a 500-day ownership video about the car just a few days ago, but it didn't turn out too well. I'm not using my Apple phone anymore. It doesn't play with my Windows computer very well. I'm going to have to go to my old backup phone, but enough about that. I may or may not release a 500-day video soon. I may re-record it. Who knows? But let's talk about this. This is a year newer than mine. 2022. I love the color. Mine's an EX Premium. This is not. But I'm telling you, with this car, this 239 miles of range right here, that is complete bull. Nope. You will not get 239 miles of range most of the time. You'll get 270, 280, maybe 300 miles if you drive like a stereotypical grandpa. Even if you drive like a young whippersnapper, you'll probably get this in summertime. I mean, zooming in and out. 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, 60 to 0 in 4 feet. Like my daughter used to do when she was younger. She'd go 60 to 0, I promise you, in 12 feet. If you drive like that, you can probably get 239 miles. They greatly underestimated the range of this vehicle. This is such a nice car with a couple of flaws, in my opinion. But while I'm talking about, let's just look at these pictures. And it's the one flaw is it only charges at 75 kilowatts when traveling. And that's a big problem. And I don't think they improved it from 2022. You can do your research and find out. I think this is the same 75, maybe 78 kilowatt hour charging, which is way faster than the boat. But for 2021 and 2022, it's pitiful. I looked the other day at the 2024. And if I looked at the right information, it was kind of hard to find. It said it only does 80 in 2024. Why? Why, Kia? Why? I don't know, but I love this charging port in the front. That's the most convenient place to have one. That's where they should all be, right there. But with us all using superchargers here soon, it really needs to be back there, I guess. So we don't have to take up 2 spots. But Tesla should have moved theirs up to the front a long time ago. That's a great place for it. But this car, in my opinion, the looks is meh. It never makes me smile when I look at it like a BMW i3 would. I don't smile when I look at it. I think the outside is just meh. But it's good enough. And looks to me are not as important as other things on the vehicle. This thing is so energy efficient. So efficient. Last month, I got 4.9 miles per kilowatt hour, which is just phenomenal. And it's also a record month. But it's common for me to get in the summer 4.6, 4.7 miles per kilowatt hour. That is common. And I want to show you this right here. For instance, right this picture. Right here. This shows it has a heated steering wheel. And it also has a heat pump. Mine doesn't have a heat pump, which means in 2022 maybe they were standard because in 2021 you had to have the winter package. Maybe this has the winter package. See this steering wheel? This heated steering wheel that looks so much nicer than mine. Mine has a very average steering wheel. You touch it and you're like, ugh. Man, I wish the steering wheel was a little bit better. I do not like my steering wheel. I don't. It's one of the few things about the car I don't like. That and the charging speed. And just a couple other things. One thing, when you put this thing in reverse, it's going to be a very irritating I don't like that. I hate it. Also, I hate this new Kia logo. But overall, man, this is a great car. But I would be wrong if I brought you this car and talked about it without pointing out the negatives. That wouldn't be right. But this right here, this button is blank. See that? Now look at mine. I brought up a picture of it. Where did I put it though? I may have accidentally closed it out. Oh, no, there it is. Look. See, mine don't have the heated steering wheel. That's parking sensors. And I've never pushed that. I've never done it. I've never thought about it. But now that I know what it is, because I looked it up when I saw that one was missing, I'm going to start using it because when I back up next to the wall, it's very irritating. And I know I'm not going to hit it and I know how close I am. Shut up. I'll just start hitting that from now on. And so it does not have so I'm guessing for safety reasons, probably they made it where you could not turn off the parking sensors is my guess. But I love that heated steering wheel button. By the way, this right here, from what I understand, is if it dies, you can release the park because I looked up what this was. You could release the parking mechanism so it can be pulled up on a trailer up on a tow truck, without dragging your tires. I think that's what it's for. Wireless charging that works 90% of the time. Sometimes you put it in there and it just will not work. It could be my phone. I don't know. And I once put music on a USB drive and stuck it in one of these USB ports, this one or the one in the console, and I was able to play music, and it showed the logo and everything one time. And I took it out. A few months later, I couldn't remember which one I did. I've tried them all with the same USB drive, and it will not recognize it. But I have an old USB drive, so maybe that's it. But you can probably play music through USB on this if you want to. XM radio, I love the fact that if you program a new station, say you have channel 16 and 18 saved, you have 16 and 18 saved here on the screen in XM radio, and you decide you want to save 17 as a favorite. When you hit favorite, it automatically puts it between 16 and 17. It keeps it in numeral order for you, which is awesome. Also, you can rewind. You can pause your live TV. I paused it yesterday 9 minutes and something. I have no idea how far it'll go back, but that is really awesome. And anyway, I wanted to bring this to you because look at this, 309 miles. Man, this car is if they would have just put a faster charger in it, I would have no desire for anything else. And I know you people have heard this before, but there's new listeners all the time. My daughter lives in Leavenworth. I got to go through Springfield, Missouri to see her between here and there, which is about 210 miles between here and Springfield. There's no reliable place to charge. What if I have to go in the winter time? Because in winter, with the heat on, without the heat pump, driving highway speeds, you're probably looking at 180 miles, I'm guessing, with the heat on, 30 degrees. That's my guess, 180 to 200. In the summertime, it won't be any problem getting there. But look at that, 309 miles. Wow. What an awesome car with very average looks, which is subjective. That's my opinion. And so anyway, this is a very good price for this car. I think he has it for $18,000 after the tax credit. I wouldn't want it because I wouldn't want to. First, I could sell mine to Carvana for $19,000. They've greatly dropped the price of mine. Go up there and get this. I'd have $1,000 left, and I'd have a heated steering wheel and a much nicer feeling steering wheel. But I would lose the cooled seats. These ventilated seats are so awesome. I love those. And I would lose that, but but a heat pump would be awesome. It would be awesome. If it was right here in Jonesboro and it would be real easy to do, and I could just go up there and get $1,000 on this car, I would do it because it is a year newer, and it has a heated steering wheel and a heat pump. That heat pump, man, I would love to have that. That would be awesome. The dash don't give enough information to suit me, but I'm a data guy. I have Excel files for everything, and I keep all kinds of data. The Toyota Prius is the greatest car I've ever found for data, people who love data. But there is no car out there, so maybe the Prius, that gives the type of data I think you should give. What is this? Is this an imperfection, or is it the camera? I hope that's not all scratched up. Maybe. I don't know. No, I wouldn't trade, even if he was here, because look at this, 39,000 miles, mine has 25,000. But it is a year newer. Harman Kardon stereo is awesome. Here I've turned this into almost a review, even though I didn't really mean to. That was not my intention. Let me refresh this so I'm making sure it's back where it was. But anyway, $18,000 after the tax credit, which is instant. What in the world? I want to get back to, there we go. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Let me refresh it again. Anyway, I don't know how to work a computer. If you want one that's more like mine and you want to pay a whole lot more money and get it from a company I do not like, but I would buy from them if they had the car I wanted, look at this. I've actually got this saved in my favorites because I thought, man, if I could trade close to even for this, I would. Why? Because it has a heat pump. That's the winter package. It has a heated steering wheel. But I'm not going to be able to because Carvana will give me $19,000 even after the $4,000 instant tax credit, which Carvana will do. That's $20,600. And so I'm not giving $1,600 difference and wasting my second tax credit. I can only get one more in the next couple of years. I wouldn't do that, but I saved it to show y'all, So here's an EX Premium, just like mine, about the same miles as mine and everything. 20,590 biggins if you want it. Right here it just talks about the parking sensor, how to turn it off. I looked it up because I wasn't exactly sure what it was. And let's see what else he's got. Now he's got this Bolt EV. That's a good deal. 50 kilowatts. You think this thing charges slow? Jeez. But this has been a nice car. This would be a nice car for somebody. And I've heard these things drive so much better than the first gen. But that's the two cars he has right now that I find really interesting. But anyway, this is a lot longer than I meant for it to be. I didn't mean to turn it into a review. But I'm telling you folks something. The Chevy Bolt gets a lot of people say it's the best EV out there as far as value, especially the first generation. That may be true only because you can find a first generation with a new battery with an 8-year warranty. It may be a 2017 model and still have an 8-year warranty left on the battery. Then a brand new battery. And you may be able to get it for $10,000 or $12,000, $13,000. That's the only reason it's a better deal. If you're looking at just finances. If you can't find one with a new battery, I'm telling you, I think this car here, the Kia Niro, may be the best value out there for any car. The Bolt beats it, but only because of those special circumstances. Only because the 17s and 18s are really so cheap. When these things get a couple years older and they get down there in price, this is probably going to be the best value out there. Because I think it drives better than the Bolt. That's subjective. The ride quality, the seats are better. Without doubt, the seats are better. The ride quality is probably about the same, but the seats are so much better than the first generation Bolt. And it's just a nice, nice car, and it can go further. At least in town. At least I think it can. We've never done it, side by side. And it charges faster. 75 kilowatts versus 50 kilowatts, which is pitiful on both ends. But it is at least, and it does hold that 75 kilowatts a lot longer than the Bolt will hold 50 kilowatts. So, a 600-mile trip one way to Katy, Texas, it took me almost 2 hours charging time in this car. And a Tesla Model 3 would have taken about 40 minutes. There's the difference. But the Bolt, if I remember right, was about 3 hours, about another hour, I think. It was ridiculous. But there you go. If you need this and you want a nice car, heated seats and all that, go see Chip. Or if you want to, if you got more money and you want something a little bit more features, then you can go get this one. They'll both give you the instant tax credit. All right, you have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye. I forgot to mention what this car, the Niro, cost us last month. 1.5 cents a mile. Rates of 7.5 cents per kilowatt hour. 4.9 miles per kilowatt hour at 1.6, 1.6. 4 because we took a trip to Martin, Tennessee and had to buy some public charging. 14 when we took a trip to Texas, which was outrageous, $178. But most traveling trips would not cost this much. For some reason, that route in Texas, the chargers were very expensive. 1.2 cents a mile, 1.7, 1.5. This average, 3.6, even counting that trip. So that means 100 miles, $3.60 on average. But most months, 100 miles, $1.50, $1.60, $2.50, 100 miles, $2.40. Even in bitter cold January, 100 miles, $2.50. Of course, you may not drive like I do, so your results may vary. Bye!